Wilf. Now, in winter, you might have seen one of these beside the road. And they are big crates full of salt. And you also might have seen big vans and lorry-like things putting salt on the roads. Why do they do this? After these vans and lorries have dropped all their salt on the roads, the ice goes away, which makes it safer to drive around. I wonder, how does salt melt ice? Well, it doesn't. Now, before we get into the chemistry of that, I want to show you a little magic trick. Now, say you've got too much ice in your drink, and you don't want to remove it using your hands because then your hands will be all cold. And you don't want cold hands. Now, how can we remove the ice without touching it? Well, first I grab one pinch, 2 pinches of salt. Then I dangle a thread over it, if I can get the thread over it. And I wait for a wee bit. Look at that! Why did this work? That's unreal. How has my thread stuck to this ice cube and yanked it out of the water? Water and ice are made of the same thing, H2O molecules. Now, once the water gets very cold, then these bond together. They stick together into a solid structure called ice. More about that in my snowflake video. Here is a salt molecule. It's made of a positive sodium and a negative chlorine. And here are the water molecules trying to bond together. And when they try to bond together, this one that has a negative side and this one that has a positive side, this side's negative, this side positive. So right now these are bonding, and then this one lures it away because their negative charge and positive charge yanks it away from the structure. So ice, salt doesn't melt ice because melt requires heat, but salt destructurizes, I think that's a word, destructurizes ice because the salt molecules' forces mess up like the pulling together of the water molecules. That turns the solid structure of ice into a liquid structure of water where they're all sloshing around again. So when we add salt, the water finds it much harder to make the ice because it's messing it up constantly, meaning it has to get to way colder than before to freeze into ice. And the science word for that is freezing point depression. So salt doesn't melt ice, because to melt something you require heat. But the salt lowers the point that it freezes at. This works for other things too that dissolve in water, like sugar. The science is a lot more complicated for sugar, but it might make your drink taste a bit better. Salty. Now you know why salt doesn't melt ice, and you shouldn't put it in your drink either. Bye.